The New York Yankees stave off elimination. Bottom three, down 2-1, bases loaded for Anthony Volpe. First pitch swinging, a grand slam for the Yankee shortstop. Having his Derek Jeter moment. What a moment it was to put the Yankees in front 5-2, and consider he had a base running blunder in the inning before. Then how about the Yankee catcher? Up in the zone, and you sort of want to go there. The bat flip, Austin Wells, he's a shooting star. And that is what the Yankees needed. He said, what'd you guys do? What was different? We just said, screw it. That's basically what it was. Bat flip and all. And the Yankees in control. And then adding on in the bottom of the eighth, Gleyber Torres at the dish with 2 aboard. And Gleyber Torres gets all of this one. A 3-run homer to make it 10-4. Aaron Judge added an RBI single, his first RBI of the series. And the Yankees win Game 4 and live to see another day, 11-4. Their most runs in any game this postseason. The Yankees are the first team with 3 homers and 5 stolen bases in a game in postseason history. It's been never done before. And how about the Yankee bullpen standing up after Luis Gil? 5 innings, 1 hit, 7 strikeouts, and the Yankees live to see another day. All smiles in the Bronx. Back here with the cavalcade of stars. Former Mets manager Bobby Valentine, former Marlins president David Samson. And wow, Bobby, how about Anthony Volpe coming up in the clutch? An inning prior makes the base running blunder. He makes up for it. First pitch swinging, grand slam. How about that moment?
No, how about it? For a young guy who wants to be such a big part of this Yankee franchise for a long time, to get numbers in the scorebook and numbers in the world record book by hitting a grand slam, first shortstop to do that in World Series history and stealing a couple bases. Yeah, he put his marks. He got some numbers down, and I'll tell you what, I like everything I saw about this Yankee team tonight. What do you think, David?
I think that this is what the Yankees needed. When we talked before the game, we needed their bullpen to return to being the good bullpen. They did. The Dodgers really did play this as though they were up 3-0. They did not use any of their high leverage arms, and the Yankees took advantage. You nailed it, Bobby V, before the game. They needed double digits. They got it. They needed a shutdown bullpen. They got it. They needed Judge to feel good about himself. They got that late innings too. They needed to save something for tomorrow with Weaver by scoring in the 8th. They got that too. Everything the Yankees needed. And guess who's the real winner? Baseball, because we get a Game 5, which gets us one step closer to a Game 7.
Well, it was like, here we go again as we welcome in 2013 World Series champ Will Middlebrooks. Freddie Freeman, a first-inning 2-run homer, the second in as many days. He's homered now in 6 straight World Series games. The first player to do that, the first player to homer in games 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you're sitting as a Yankee fan, or you're sitting here going, are you kidding me, Freddie Freeman? And then steps in Anthony Volpe and delivers the grand slam. Will, how about the moment for him? First pitch, and it's gone.
Yeah, the local kid, right? He grew up going to Yankees games. He's idolizing Derek Jeter. Just a storybook, right? But, I mean, you look at the offense as a whole. The team was – there was a clear intent to change the plan, change the approach, because what they did in the first 3 games didn't happen. It didn't work. 31 strikeouts in the first 3 games, just 4 tonight, and Soto had 2 of them. There was a clear plan to shorten up. You saw even with the home runs, these guys were hunting pitches. They took pitches. They had six walks. This was the offense they've been looking for. It's almost like they were up there all trying to hit home runs the first 3 games. Everybody wanted to have the big moment, but that's just not how they play baseball. That's not what they did all year. They played balanced baseball all season, and they put it all together tonight. And to David's point, obviously, LA was resting their main arm. You saw Landon Knack cover 4+ innings. You saw the game get within 1 run, and they left him in the game because they had that luxury of being up 3-0.
Anthony Volpe's grand slam coming with 2 outs. You want to talk about a clutch home run with a 2-out first pitch swinging. I mean, that, again, is what dreams are made of, especially when you're down in the game and you're thinking, all right, here we go again with Freddie Freeman. And Luis Gil gives you some decent length, Bobby, but the bullpen for the Yankees the last 2 nights, especially this night, 5 innings, 1 hit, 7 strikeouts. What'd you see from this Yankee bullpen and the way it was deployed by Aaron Boone?
Yeah, they're on fumes. There's no doubt about that. But Aaron knew what he was doing. 7th inning, he brought in his closer. He got the outs that he needed, and then he didn't need him in the 9th inning, so he's going to be okay to come back 3 days in a row tomorrow. I think that both managers did a terrific job of using their bullpen the way they needed to in this game. Game tomorrow, off day, go to L.A. Ooh, they have to win again tomorrow, don't they?
They do. And, David, adding on in that inning was huge because then they didn't have to go back to Weaver. They were able to go to Tim Meza there. That was absolutely huge.
Yeah, it's not going to be talked about enough when you get that 5-run 8th, what that did. Weaver was sitting. Remember, he came in for the 3rd of an inning in the 7th, bring him back for the 8th. If you bring him back for the 9th, he's up and down. That would be 3 times. That seems heavy given that he also pitched yesterday. So by getting the offense to add on, the Torres home run was huge in that regard. You get to bring in Meza. Weaver sits, as Bobby V said. But what's interesting about the Yankees is I love the celebration. I love the offense. But they also have to remember they've got to get runs to support Cole tomorrow. They cannot be looking ahead to Game 6 and view Game 5 as a gimme. The Dodgers are going to have their leverage arms ready to go to back up Jack Flaherty.
Well, and they got an RBI from Aaron Judge, Will, his first RBI of the series, and he stole second base as well, and you're up by that many. You're like, why are you stealing second base? But, hey, maybe this was not a good thing for the Dodgers to let him get a hit, let him break through, let him feel some joy. This could end up being a really critical thing come Game 5.
Yeah, and I mean, just watching his at-bats, he looked much more calm, which is odd in a game in which you're just playing for survival to keep your season alive. But he was spitting on pitches that were borderline breaking balls that we've seen him swinging at for the entire postseason, just below the zone, right? That's been his kryptonite. Fastballs up and in, breaking balls down. He's just being in between on both of those. He had a much better plan at the plate today. He looked more calm. He was fouling off the tough pitches, like I said, laying off the pitches he's had problems with. But for whatever reason, he's got to get this the monkey off his back, right? So is it going to take a homer? Is it going to take a base hit, which we saw today, and stealing a base just to feel like he's in the game, getting in the swing of baseball again? Let me tell you, and Bobby will tell you too. Actually, when Bobby was with me, I was a good hitter. After that, I got broken down a little bit. But when you're in a slump and you're not swinging the bat well, it's almost like you forget how to run the bases because you're not out there very much. And it probably felt good just to get on the base pass, get moving around, feel like a baseball player again.
Yeah, it's absolutely huge for Aaron Judge to get right. Also, I want to take you back to the first inning. I want to take you back to the bottom of the first inning. David, are you kidding me? What happens here? Gleyber Torres flies out. Mookie Betts there fighting with fans for the baseball. Look at this. He's grabbing his wrist. I've never seen this.
Thousands of games I've been to. These are 2 home fans. Take a look at their face. They will never be invited to Yankee Stadium again. They'll get Dolan's facial recognition technology. They were ejected for sure. Betts could have gotten hurt. The guy on the left is grabbing Betts' his wrist.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
The guy on the
it's
right,
absolutely bizarre.
It's not funny, actually.
I know it's not funny.
As a former team president.
But the fans doing what he did, you can't help but laugh. I know this is a serious situation. Look at this right here. This guy,
was he playing
This is an absolute
Yankee
clown
savior?
move.
What's he doing?
He's ripping the glove open, gets the ball out, while the one on the left was grabbing the wrist. Betts could have gotten hurt.
Yeah.
It is unbelievably inappropriate. This is way worse fan interference than the Jeffrey Meyer and what we saw with the Dodgers fan who reached over the fence in one of the first 2 games. There's no excuse. They did get ejected, and I promise you they will not. I even hate that we're showing their face because I don't want them to get any social media moments from this.
And I'll remind you that he missed a couple months of the season with a fractured wrist. Did he not? Did he not? I mean, so you want to talk about how serious that was, Will. I mean, it was bizarre. It wasn't Jeffrey Mayer. It wasn't Steve Bartman. That was wild.
Yeah, and it's one thing just trying to get in the way or like block him from catching the ball or even just swatting at the glove once. These are 2 grown men trying to rip a baseball glove or the ball out of the glove. Another guy pulling Mookie's hand away from it from trying to help himself. It's just there's no place for it in the game. It was disgusting. That can't happen. I've been to 2 places where that would happen: Yankee Stadium and in Philly. My goodness, animals.
Oh my goodness! Just when you thought you've seen it all,
never saw that before.
You see something new, and look, perhaps we see something we've never seen before. A team come back from down 0-3 in the World Series. They won 1. They got to keep it going in Game 5. Will Middlebrooks, David Samson, Bobby Valentine here on CBS Sports HQ as you take a look at what the Yankees did. 11 runs, their 3rd most runs in a World Series game in the expansion era. That was their most runs in any game this postseason as they live to see another day and stave off elimination. Game 5 back in the Bronx on Wednesday night.